I'm sure anyone who's worked long enough in a hospital can agree they can get weird at night. Staff on the night shift find a TV turning on by itself. A man exploring an abandoned hospital crosses paths with a figure that vanishes down a hallway. Nursing home apparitions, sinks turning on by themselves, and more. These are more creepy things captured on camera inside hospitals. How would you react if you were walking through a hospital hallway at night and saw this? Yeah, you don't need me to explain why that is creepy as hell. I'm not sure where the video originally comes from. It was re-uploaded to TikTok by user AlJD, who wrote in the heading, "Camera captures a strange incident in a hospital morgue." That's translated from Spanish. So great, it's not even just a hospital hallway. Apparently this was in the morgue. Look, real or not, this video gives me the chills. I mean, if you feel like staying up tonight, just replay this clip alone with the lights off. Next up, we have a creepy incident from a visit to an abandoned hospital.
Hey, what's up?
The cameraman thought the place was completely empty, so when he came across this guy in a hospital gown making his way down the hallway, he was pretty taken aback. If his admittedly comical scream didn't already give that away. As petrified as he was though, he decides to investigate further, dashing toward the corner the man just walked down. But there's nobody there, just a long, dark, empty hallway. He pans the camera around, frantically, breathing heavily, completely terrified, but there's nothing, not even a sound. Then he burps. This dude is hilarious, actually. I just wish every ghost hunting video was recorded by him. Not sure where this video is from though. If anyone knows what language he's speaking, for a start, please let me know down in the comments. This was captured at a hospital in Rajasthan, India. Quite unsettling to say the least. Now, there are plenty of people who are going to go straight to this being a possession case. I've said it before, I will say it again. I don't subscribe to that. This was filmed at a hospital. It's pretty clear to me this girl is not mentally okay. But it's not really my job to dive into that kind of thing on this channel either. All I can really do is present these videos to you and let you be the judge. I can say that Hindu tradition has its own form of possession that may be interesting to talk about here. Some commenters think this is evidence of a bhuta. In Hindu folklore, a Buddha is basically the spirit of someone who died but didn't fully move on, kind of like a ghost. A bhuta is also sometimes said to attach itself to a living person. The person might start acting differently or get hit with a sudden unexplained illness. How people deal with it depends on tradition. It's usually not about fighting the spirit, it's more about calming it down, helping it move on through prayers and rituals. This next video comes from a security camera at Mercy General Hospital in Sacramento, California. We see two staff members typing away at their desk when suddenly something flies through the background. Take a look. It's definitely human-shaped. Even appears to be wearing sneakers, but it moves at incredible speed, and the nurses didn't notice anything at the time. They didn't even flinch. I did a bit of digging on Mercy General Hospital. Like many hospitals, it has its fair share of ghost stories. I looked at a Reddit thread from a few years ago, started by a staff member at the hospital with the handle Internal Craft 5051, who said they'd been working there for about a month. During their breaks, they'd often kill time walking around and exploring the building. Redditor never really believed in ghosts, but said they experienced something odd one night that made them second guess themselves. They asked if any other staff or former staff had experienced anything, and there were some interesting responses. One user said they worked tech in the ICU at Mercy Hospital. Over time, they noticed something odd about bed 24, a room where patients often seemed to have poor outcomes. During overnight shifts, especially when much of the wing was empty, you would frequently find the TV in room 24 turned on, usually set to a care channel playing soft music and slow, spacey visuals. Another Redditor said she used to work third shift there and sometimes would just get a really uneasy feeling, like she was being watched, even when she was completely alone in her office. A coworker also told her that she was working alone once and looked up and there was a person in a hospital gown just standing in the corner. 1 second later, the person had vanished. This clip was posted to Instagram by Nurse Meg RN. It's a bit hard to see given how dark it is, but both sinks start running on their own. She wrote in the description, "Tell me I'm not the only nurse who's had the water turn on by itself in the middle of the night." Now, is there a logical explanation? I'm sure there could be, but I gotta admit, it would be pretty freaky. Actually, I have my own story about something like this. About maybe a year and a half ago, I was doing a sleep study at the hospital to test for sleep apnea. Yes, I have it. Probably explains all the sleep paralysis episodes. If you've watched me long enough, you've heard about those stories. Anyway, as I'm setting in for the night, hooked up to all these really non-invasive, like totally comfortable wires, like puttied onto my skull, I hear the faucet in the bathroom turn on. Keep in mind, I'm alone in the room, the bathroom is single use. I slide the door open and sure enough, the water's running. Somehow I managed to get a few hours of sleep that night. According to Reddit user 13th Sage, this photograph was taken by a resident at the nursing home their mother worked. A mysterious shadowy black shape lurks at the end of this hallway. Before the image was captured, staff members and residents had been hearing a door opening and closing on its own, while a call light repeatedly turned on and off, despite no one being inside the room. On top of that, the Redditor said they were told the photo was taken about 15 minutes after a patient had passed away at the facility. Staff were pretty unsettled by the image. Of course, there was talk that maybe it was the spirit of the recently deceased patient. Others said it looked more like the Grim Reaper. Got to imagine that was some dark humor on the staff's part. I always hear you develop a bit of a dark sense of humor working at places like hospitals and nursing homes or any similar field. I imagine you kind of have to in order to stay sane. This next video comes out in an abandoned hospital in Chhattisgarh, India. The video, titled "Ghost Caught on Camera in an Old Abandoned Hospital Building," was uploaded to YouTube in 2016 by Pradeep Kumar Bangdi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Now, the footage is pretty spooky given the setting, but when I watched through it the first time, it was hard to spot the so-called ghost. Watching it very carefully the second time, however, I noticed something. See if you do too. Did you catch that? We'll play it again. Watch the gurney in the hallway as he pans the camera down. Something is laying on it, something human-shaped. Clearly he didn't notice anything at the time though, because he keeps panning around. When he points the camera back at the hallway, moments later though, the gurney is empty. Was this a genuine ghost caught on camera, or is this a hoax? Let us know what you think down in the comments. This video was uploaded to YouTube back in 2010 by Whip It For Me. Was a ghostly entity captured in this cell phone picture? Standing in the doorway behind this hospital staff member is this ghostly looking figure. Looks like a young girl. There's a story behind the picture too. Whip It For Me said the image was captured by their sister, who was working at a hospital in California at the time. Apparently from the day she started working there, weird things would happen on a daily basis. Other staff had stories too, from apparitions to strange lights and noises. One day the uploader's sister was hanging with the employee in the picture. They were snapping images to compare the quality of their phone cameras. That creepy looking figure randomly appeared in one of those images. The next clip was filmed inside a hospital in Mexico. The doctor's being recorded on what looks like an old flip phone. Out of nowhere, something catches your eye in the background. Focus on the double doors behind the doctor. A dark figure moves past them. Now, your first instinct might be to brush it off. It is a hospital, there are doors and people walk by them, but the person filming clearly wasn't expecting to see anyone. They head over and push the door open to see who's there, and wouldn't you know it, the room is empty. No one inside, at least no one alive. All that's in there is medical equipment, but one piece is gently rolling as if something had just grazed it on the way through. Go back and watch the figure more carefully, and something else stands out. It doesn't really move like a person walking. There's no natural bounce to the steps. It doesn't even look like it takes any steps. It just glides. And finally, we have this weird piece of footage captured during a sleep study. You see someone asleep under the covers in the middle of the night, and suddenly something floats across the frame. It's a fair size. It's ghostly white with an odd shape. Gotta say, it doesn't make me feel any better about my sleep-related issues. Is this some sort of entity creeping around the bed? Or is there a more grounded explanation? As always, share your thoughts down in the comments. I've been your host, James. I'll catch you, yes, you specifically, in the next video.